Coming up, University Counseling Services makes some changes. And later, college listings. Iowa's writing program tops the charts.
Will Spencer Petras return for another game? I'll tell you more in sports.
Is the fall weather here to stay? I'll tell you more in weather.
All that and more coming up on this Wednesday morning edition of DITV News. Don't go anywhere. DITV News starts right now. Good morning and thank you for tuning in live to DITV and KRUI 89.7 FM. I'm Abigail Kurten. The university has welcomed a new director of student counseling. Dr. Michael Fletcher's goal as director is to meet the ever-increasing demand for mental health services.
We are social beings, and because we are social beings, we gravitate towards socialization, right? And that means interaction. And the world is our oyster, and we move from place to place and we interact with one another. The reality is that without mental health, we won't have a functioning society.
In University Counseling Services, there are licensed clinicians, social workers, psychologists, and more available for students to turn to. Students can make appointments or find out more information at counseling.uiowa.edu. President Biden has fulfilled one of his promises made during his presidential campaign, loan forgiveness. DITV politics reporter Mara DeSico talked to students to see how they felt about the program. Surprisingly, many students felt that they lacked information.
I have no clue about anything about the loan forgiveness program.
Honestly, I don't know enough about it to give an educated comment on it.
And I also have zero clue really about the loan forgiveness program.
Okay. Biden's promise would alter the disparity of higher education and federal aid with the commitment of up to $10,000 canceled for non-Pell Grant recipients. However, their income must also be less than $125,000 or $250,000 for married couples.
Tune into Backroom Breakdown on the Daily Iowan YouTube page for more on this story, and watch every Tuesday evening for more on Iowa City, Iowa, and USA politics in our weekly politics segment. The University of Iowa International Program hosted a study abroad fair yesterday. The fair allowed students to learn about different study abroad opportunities. Students had the chance to meet with advisors, faculty, and returning study abroad alumni. With the recent COVID-19 pandemic putting many travel plans on hold, the fair aimed to get students studying abroad again.
It's really great for students to consider study abroad. There was a time when we had to pause for the pandemic, and now we're seeing that students are still very interested.
Study Abroad is offering new programs such as faculty-led studies, classes with integrated internships, and standalone internships. Study Abroad welcomes all majors and has over 200 programs in 49 countries. The University of Iowa has been ranked as one of the top public universities, placing 35th overall. Additionally, the university writing program tied with Yale University in being ranked second, just below Brown University. And the university nursing program ranked 9th, tied with multiple other universities. The newest downtown apartment complex, The Nest, was scheduled to be ready for move-in on August 19, 2022. DITV News reporter Samantha Bilama is live in the newsroom with more. Samantha, can you tell us more about The Nest Apartments?
Yes, Abigail. The building process on the high-rise began early last year, and the Nest team quickly advertised their 1 to 3 bedroom luxury apartments for the fall of 2022. The complex is located directly on the Ped Mall, with close access to the university, shopping, and restaurants. They also offer several amenities, including study rooms, a membership to the gym downtown, and private parking for residents.
Was the construction completed in time for move-in?
Right before the move-in date, the residents were informed that they would not be moving in quite yet. The management sent out a mass message notifying residents that the building was unsafe for living at this time and attaching a temporary living contract along with the message.
Released a statement. They emailed everybody and they said it wasn't safe to move in. And that's why you can't even be mad. Like, you don't want to live somewhere that's not safe.
And what did the Nest offer residents for their delay in move-in?
The Nest offered meal vouchers and housing for their residents in local hotels while the project was being finalized. Many residents stayed in the Graduate Hotel as well as the Chauncey and a few other hotels that are central to campus. Friday, September 9th, the Nest was completed and the residents officially moved in, eager to live in their new homes. Back to you in the studio, Abigail.
Thanks, Samantha. We finally got a chilly fall night on Monday. Will the rest of the week bring more fall temps or more of that summer heat, Jackson?
Unfortunately, Abigail, it looks like fall is not going to be sticking around. Now looking at the live shot of campus, we can see the next few days, the summer heat is coming back to Iowa City. Today's high is 84 and a low of 59. As for the rest of the week, the heat remains steady on Thursday with a high of 86 and a low of 62. We end the week in similar temperatures with a high of 86 and a low of 66. And for anyone going to the football game on Saturday, I would suggest bringing a coat for later. It will be cloudy with a high of 85 during the day before dipping into the 60s later that night. Finally, we round the week out with rain in a high of 87 and a low of 72. Now, Ethan, I heard that there's been some development with the Iowa football team. Can you tell us more?
Yes, Jackson, that's right. The struggling Hawkeye offense has produced a whopping total of 10 points over the last 2 games. And with speculation around the starting quarterback position, head coach Kirk Ferentz has decided to continue with Spencer Petras for this weekend's matchup against the Nevada Wolfpack.
He'll start right now. That's our plan. Unless something happens in practice, and we obviously spend a lot of time looking at it, considering it, talking about it. Just that, I think no matter who's in there right now, we got some challenges, and we've got to work through those, try to improve on those, and then we'll have a fairer way to assess it.
Iowa ranks last in the Big Ten Conference in every major offensive category through the first 2 weeks of the season. If Iowa wants a chance to punch their ticket to Indiana in December, then there are a number of things they need to improve on.
The first and most important thing we can do is eliminate turnovers. To think that we're going to win the way we want to win the next 10 weeks, going 5 every 2 games, that's not realistic. Secondly, we got to move the ball and score points. That's what offenses do.
Kickoff is scheduled for 6:40 at Kinnick Stadium. A key player for the Iowa football team, Riley Moss, has returned for a 5th season. DITV sports reporter Sarah Galla has more on his decision on coming back.
And he's back. Riley Moss has returned for a 5th year on the Iowa men's football team. But the real question is, what made Moss want to come back for another season?
The reason why Riley gets the opportunity to play one more year is because of the COVID-19 pandemic that happened back in the year of 2020. Moss has truly been cherishing all of the memories he has created with his fellow teammates and looking to continue doing so this upcoming season.
I still love Hawkeye football. We lost to Iowa State. That sucks, but, I still love Iowa football. I love all my teammates, my coaches.
This cornerback has definitely shown his talents and has had plenty of accomplishments over the years and looking to create more this year on the field.
We'd like to, honestly win the Big Ten West, get back to Indy, and that's still possible for us.
His most recent accomplishments include being named preseason All-American and preseason first All-Big Ten. Moss has been such a dedicated player to this team over the years and has learned many life lessons because of it.
I learned, sometimes being patient and just working for it, it ends up paying off in the end.
Riley and the rest of the team have an important game against Nevada this Saturday. Be sure to tune back in to see how they do.
From Kinnick Stadium, I'm Sarah Galla, DITV Sports.
The defense for Iowa has been spectacular through the first 2 games of the season, ranking within the top 10 in all major defensive categories in the Big Ten Conference. However, despite the hot start, the 99-yard drive from last Saturday's loss to Iowa State still lingers in the minds of the defense.
Yeah. We're trying to strive to make sure that doesn't happen again, because that was definitely a key drive in that game. So we just got to try to limit as much offensive plays for our opponent.
Now let's throw it back to Abigail to close out this show.
Thank you for tuning into DITV News. Be sure to head over to thedailyiowan.com for all your latest news between Monday and Friday, and check out more of our content on the Daily Iowan YouTube page. For DITV News, I'm Abigail Kurten. Have a great day.